People need to know what's happening here in Israel. I just got unblocked from Facebook after 30 days, and I have to be careful about everything I say because I could be blocked again. Right now, the government is using the Ministry of Justice to monitor Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Telegram. They are blocking, banning, and deleting, and will even criminally prosecute anyone that has any negative voice against the vaccine that's literally not by government standards, but by government advertisement, anything negative said about the vaccine. This is not a vaccine in the truest international medical definition. This is a synthetic drug that hasn't been tested, it hasn't been tried, but because Israel is leading the way in this vaccination, they want everyone vaccinated. That's the goal. Right now, if you don't take the vaccination, you're segregated in your job, your employment's being threatened. There are principals of schools that are saying if your child's not vaccinated, they can not come to school. And all this is illegal. It's illegal by the law. And the government's doing nothing to step in and stop it. They're rolling over the rights of individuals to choose what goes in their body. The Prime Minister wants to make this the epicenter of the world, vaccine epicenter. He wants to move, and he will move Moderna and Pfizer factories here. And this will be the main distribution point. You cannot buy, sell, or travel in this country and have freedom unless you're vaccinated. The Green Passport is being promoted here in Israel to the EU, who will have the Green Passport starting before the summer. Folks, there's been half of the country that's been vaccinated already. And the atmosphere here is pitting Jews against Jews. The ones that are vaccinated, they still have to wear a mask. They still have to social distance. They blame ones that haven't vaccinated for the continued problems here in Israel when it's the government that's locking everything down. For example, in the state of Florida, they're wide open. They have 22 million people in Florida, and the state's wide open. Children are going to school. There's no forced masks. There's no forced vaccinations. Here in Israel, there's only 9 million people. And the atmosphere that's here is unbelievable. Those who will not comply with the government are being segregated, persecuted, ostracized. And it's ungodly. The religious say that this vaccine is from God. No, it's from Bill Gates. It's from the World Economic Forum that Bibi's a part of. This is not a secret. Their goal is, Bill Gates, if you study his whole history, he's about population control. I don't know how much time I have left in the country. I've been saying this for a few months, but I know my time is growing shorter and shorter. For those that have vaccinated, I have nothing to say. For those who haven't, who are fighting for your freedom, you can't imagine the pressure that is on these people all day. They need your prayers. They're reaching out to the outside world. But this time, there's nothing to save any of us except for God. We should not be forced to put an experimental drug, a synthetic drug, that the government's not responsible for. If something happens to your child, if something happens to you, the government takes no responsibility. If something happens to you or your child or your family, your friends, your loved ones, you can't sue the manufacturer. The laws are already in place. We should not be forced to take something into our arm. And this is just the beginning. They're already saying that in 6 months you have to get another, then another. I've been doing videos for an entire year about this and the steps that are being taken to undermine our freedom, to diminish our rights as individuals. My rights come from God and not from government. And I am the determiner of my destiny and my eternity. Please pray for the Jewish people, those that are fighting for their freedom. The government controls the media. They started a political party seeking for human rights. And the government, the head of the party was a doctor. They stripped him of his medical license. They've silenced him. The media is not allowed to interview them. They're ostracized here. Folks, you better know what's coming to your country. It's tyranny. That's all that it is. This is Michael Gano with Insight to Israel. We pray for God to deliver us and bring us freedom.